Need some engagement here, Ron Shabbat. Are we ready?
Are we ready to
go? Thank you guys all for coming out. My name is Hajjar, for those of you guys who don't know me. There are a lot of familiar faces in here, so we've got people from all over the country. Dan, thank you for coming in from Chicago. My coach, Anthony Casillas, from San Diego. My business partner and mentor, Rob Zebart, came in from Florida. So this is probably me and Tony have spoken together, Rob and I have taught together, but the three of us in one room, let alone the same state, has been a challenge. So it's going to be an action-packed event. For those of you who have been to this before, Rob and I will be covering the housing, wealth, and strategic equity portion, which was like the last event at our office. And Tony's going to be covering prospect creation and partnership. Just a little bit in regards to with some of the things that Tony will cover without spoiling his presentation. Tony is the national business coach for all of American Financial Network, over 300 branches. So he hears it all, he sees it all, and he put me in a program called Top Gun, the best of the best. Tony's former military, Air Force, so he runs it like Air Force. We're not allowed to make excuses. We're not allowed to, there's no complaining allowed. But really what he's done for me, and same with Rob, is that my mindset has become to a place where nobody can convince me that there aren't opportunities out there. We know that there's a lot of people that are talking about, and I'm not pretending it's not challenging, but a lot of people are talking about the sky is falling and all these other, as Tony will say, self-imposed blockages. But in regards to where he's helped me take my mindset and my business, I'm just honored that he flew all the way here to come share this with all of you, and I think you'll take a lot away. Now we are going 2 hours, so Tony is about 50 minutes. We'll do a quick break, and then Rob and I will close it off with housing, wealth, and strategic equity. So without further ado, the man himself, Tony Casillas.
Thank you. I'm going to go with this one. First off, thanks for having me. And I'm a projector, so I don't need a mic. But thanks for being here. It's an honor to be in Detroit. It's my first time in Michigan. I'm excited. I'm getting ready to go to Jersey tomorrow for 2 events. And then we're doing an event in Delaware. So who's winning? Who's winning in your business? So just so you know, this is going to be an interactive type of thing. This means no, this means maybe, and this means yes. So who's winning in their business right now? So I just came from LA doing an event there. 10% of those professionals were winning. Right now, about 80 or 90% of you are winning, which I love. That's exciting. So what I want to do real quickly is I want everybody to stand up. I know you're eating, but tough. First off, I've never done an event with people eating before, so this is a bonus for you guys. I want everybody to release every negative that's on them. I want you to be open to receive not only what we're going to talk about from a perspective standpoint, but what Rob and Mike are going to talk about from a strategy standpoint. So I want everybody, we're going to do a release yell. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but I'm telling you, it's fun. And we're going to yell as loud as we can, right? As loud as we can for as long as we can. And we're going to release every anxiety that's in you. All the defenses that are in you. You're like, I don't even know this guy, right? But on 3, we're going to yell as loud as we can. Let's hear it in the streets. So 1, 2, 3, we're going to go, ah! You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, ah! Woo! Let's do that again. One more time. 1, 2, 3, ah! Now I want you to look to the person next to you and say, you're a champion. Turn to somebody else and say, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. So we're gonna talk a lot about human nature. It's a small group. We're gonna have fun. This is not gonna be boring, I promise. We're gonna talk about human nature today because we are not AI yet, right? There's no AI here, are there? Did you guys see the new movie Creator? You got to go see it. It's about AI. But I want you to interact with somebody you don't know for 30 seconds. If you feel comfortable, I'm sure you feel comfortable being here. But go find somebody in this room. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute. But go find somebody you don't know and interact with them. Find out about them and let them find out about you. Go ahead. Go on. Wow.
Someone's not talking to somebody, right?
There he is. 30 seconds! $15 seconds. Time! Have a seat. 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 We're on a time deadline here. Mike. Mike. I only have one reason to be here. I want you to win. Now, 80% of you are winning, but who wants to win at a higher level? Who thinks opportunities are everywhere? Oh, I love this group. It's like preaching to the choir today. I had my 60th birthday last week, and I got a chance to go to SeaWorld, which is one of my favorite places. Who here has been to SeaWorld in San Diego? It's an incredible place. If you ever go to San Diego, go to SeaWorld. I love to see animals. I was watching the whales. I love the whales. And they're doing their tricks. And all of a sudden, this little kid behind me goes, "That's amazing!" So I want to start off today that this is amazing, that we are here together. You know, Mike likes to talk about this thing called showing up. But usually the people that show up are winning. Not the people that are excuse creating, coming up with all these reasons why they're not successful. They don't show up as much as the people who are winning. You showed up today. It's a big deal. This is amazing. I think life is amazing. I just want to be your beacon today. I'm going to bring you energy. I know you guys are high-level professionals. I just want to bring you this high-level encouragement today. You're going to get a lot of strategy from Rob and Mike. I'm teeing them up right now. Who plays golf? I'm teeing them up right now. You're going to get a lot of strategy, but you're going to get energy from me. We need to be beacon. I'm starting a movement for not only AFM, but I planned on starting it for the whole world. I think our world needs beacons, and beacons are positivity. I was telling Carl earlier that I believe there's a virus going around that maybe isn't as deadly as COVID was, but it's called the negativity virus, especially in our world, in the mortgage world, in the real estate world. It's up to us to be beacons of positivity, hope, encouragement, and ideas and solutions. Do not get caught up in the virus, because if you get caught up in the virus, you won't be able to see solutions as easily because you're caught up in the virus. It's foggy. And this virus is catching. It's like spreading. And we need to be the ones that are spreading. Is the other mic on? I'm sorry. Is there a problem with the mic? Okay. So we need to be that positivity that beats the negativity. So I just want to encourage everyone, do not get stuck in the virus. If you all of a sudden start watching yourself or listening to yourself being negative to someone, especially your clients, stop. Stop with the negativity virus. It's making the marketplace actually more challenging. Talking to you realtors out there. You've got to be the beacon. You have to be the beacon of solutions and ideas that are going to help your clients not be hesitant because they're reading you. They're not only listening to you, they're reading you. And if you're nervous, they're going to become hesitant. Make sense? I think that our life and our business is really about being excited. I think that life is an opportunity of a lifetime. Life is an opportunity of a lifetime. What we do is an opportunity of a lifetime. Perspective is everything. How we think about every single second of our day is everything. Perspective. Look at your perspective. I want everybody, when you go home today, when you have time, write a gratitude list. Everything in your life that you're thankful for. That will adjust your perspective. Instead of getting caught up in the little nitty-witty stuff, minutia stuff. Stay focused on what you're thankful for. Gratitude affects our altitude. Tony Robbins said that. Our attitude affects our altitude. How high we can go is really what it's all about. I think this is an opportunity of a lifetime what we do. Because I think we're in the dreams business. I know we got real estate professionals here. I know we got financial planners here. I know we got mortgage professionals here. But we're in the dreams business. Our clients' dreams. Our dreams. Are dreams easy? No. It's going to be challenging. So what? Now, I know I'm preaching to the choir. It's okay. But we can't get caught up in the challenges. We're solution masters. We are solution masters, but we're in the dreams business, and that's why I'm here. Your dreams. Anybody know what this is besides people that I coach? Do you know what the odds of being born are? Go ahead and Google it if you're really fast at it. 400 trillion to 1. We're conquerors. This is one of my main messages that I'm spreading around the country right now, is that we're actually miracles. Once you get that, once you know that you're a miracle, then you can do miraculous things, regardless of how hard it is. We're miracles. 400 trillion to 1. Go ahead, Mike. Next one. This is what dictates our success, our choices. I want you to be very aware of what you're doing in your business day. Who daily action plans every day? Only like 4.5 of you? Daily action planning, weekly action planning, it creates a high level of efficiency in your business. Do it every day. What wins in business? Consistency. So whatever you do that is winning, since 80% of you are winning, be consistent with it. I'm not going to talk rocket science today because I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm a human. I'm a coach that has done over 12,000 coaching sessions in his career. I've heard it all. I've heard it all about excuses and procrastination and why we're not where we want to be. But choices are what dictate our success. Be aware of your choices every single day. Be aware of the choices that you're making and the choices that you're not making for your business. Choices are what dictate our success. And guess what? Our choices actually dictate the level of success. We get to make great choices every single day to take our business to another level, to another level. We're humans. We always want to keep going to this other level. Choices. It's not always strategy. It's choices. It's choices. I think how we think is how we launch. Mindset. I think it's everything. I think perspective is everything. So how we frame ideas, how we frame strategies, how we frame our day is really what matters. And I think staying positive, being positive, is what I call mental mastery. Regardless of the challenges, especially when there's challenges, stay positive. Great things will happen. And willing it. Mike, what's willing it mean to you? No matter what. I love that movie, Apollo 13. Is failure an option? No. But to me, failure is quitting. Failure doesn't necessarily mean I don't reach my goal. It means that I quit or I gave up, which never happens. My new book I'm working on right now, it's called The Power of Being in Integrity with Myself. Who's in integrity with themselves every single day in their business? About 60% of you. Integrity with self is what wins. Do what you say you're going to do all the time. Every single time. With your team, this incredible culture that Carl's developing in here. With your clients, with your family, and especially with yourself. Be in integrity with yourself. I want to take a prospect creation journey together. We're not going to get into a bunch of details, but I want to talk about a couple things today. So let's get there together. Go ahead, Mike. Well, we got to enter the land of the strategy destroyers. This is one of the things that I'm really getting into with a lot of coaching is people block themselves. It's not the strategy. It's themselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little exercise. If you've got something to write on, that would be great. Go ahead, Mike. So we're going to run through about 40 self-imposed blockages. And what I mean by self-imposed blockages is we're doing it to ourselves. We get to make a choice to not do it or do it. All right? So if you see, these are going to go through a second apiece. We're going to go through them twice, Mike. If you see any that are affecting you, just click it. You'll have to go back to it, Mike, twice. Now, click. There you go. Let it go. Just let it go. If you see any of these that are affecting you, go ahead and write them down. One of the greatest gifts to yourself in business is transparency with yourself. If you see any of these that are affecting you, write them down. We'll go through it one more time, Mike. Thanks, Mike. So the thing about self-imposed blockages is you have to be aware of them. Because at any moment you could say, I'm not going to do them anymore. Or at least I'm going to have this awareness to them. So if I start to do it, you can ask yourself the question, do I want to block myself? Most of the people that I've coached in my career were blocking themselves. It's not strategy. But this has to be dealt with before we can get into strategy. Because we'll just block ourselves. We'll just block ourselves. Become aware of your self-imposed blockages. And if I was going to work with you individually, we would go over your self-imposed blockages and help you get through them. Go ahead, Mike. So I want to talk about a couple self-imposed blockages. One of the ones that is a big one for a lot of people is this idea of mental permission. We have to give ourselves mental permission to walk in our greatness. So go ahead and on your pad and paper say, greatness means what to my business? Fill in the blank. What does greatness mean? Hurry up, you have 10 seconds. Greatness means what? Is it a volume number? Is it amount of clients you're helping in a month? Is it following through every single time? So I'm going to tell you a story about mental permission. A young lady that came to me, wanted me to coach her. She'd been a senior processor in our business for 25 years. Our company, in its infinite wisdom, hired her as a producing branch manager because she wanted to be a manager. She wanted to be a producing branch manager. She was doing like 1 or 2 loans a month, really upset, comes to me and says, Tony, can you help me? Within a few sessions, I realized she hadn't given herself mental permission yet to be successful as a producer, not just a technician, as a producer. So I had her made a declaration. I'm a big believer in declarations. When we declare out loud with our words, we manifest into reality as long as we follow through. If we don't follow through, nothing happens. It's just a dream at that point. What did Nike say about 40 years ago when they got it right? What did they say? Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. For Megan, once she made that declaration, and the declaration is I declare to give myself full permission to walk in my greatness right now in my business. Within 90 days, she broke 8 million in 1 month. Mental permission is a big deal. For anybody in their greatness piece, who wants to give themselves mental permission right now? Only one? Okay, so if you want to give yourself mental permission, go ahead and stand up with me. If you don't want to give yourself mental permission, it's because you're already doing it probably. Everybody, raise your right hand. I declare. What's today? On October 10th, 2023. I promise you're not joining the Air Force, okay? To give myself 100% full permission. To walk in my greatness. And to be everything that I want to be in my business. Right now. Period. All right. You just did it. When you get back to your office, write that out, sign it, and date it. Why? Why sign it and date it? With who? Boom! That's the secret. I just gave you the secret. Be in agreement with yourself in everything you say or write down that you're going to do. That's the secret. It's not rocket science. And never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever, never, ever give up. Ever. Regardless of the negative chatter, regardless of what's going on, never quit your dreams. Ever. Because they'll become regrets. When you quit your dreams, they will become regrets. Mental permission. Next one, Mike. 100% follow through. You got to go all in. Who's going all in with their business? I got 80% winners here. Who's all in? Who wants to be all in? So about 30% of you are not all in. Ask yourself, why am I not all in? Write it down on your piece of paper. I'm not all in because what? You have to know. Or what Mike and Rob aren't going to help, what they're going to teach you isn't going to help you. If you can't go all in, if you can't be fully committed, it will detract you from where you want to go. Go all in. There's a study out there, people that have a short-term idea or dream compared to a long-term loyalty or commitment. The long-termers generally are 400% more successful because they have a long-term vision. They have a long-term commitment. Somebody's going to have to move that slide. Mike decided to leave. Thanks. Procrastination. Who procrastinates? Why? So what's the answer to procrastination? Do it now, if you can. Now we all have like online calendars, we have Outlook calendars, we got our phone calendars, we got everything set up for us to be efficient, but what happens? Distractions. 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 We cannot wait. Whenever you have a chance to do anything, do it now. Never wait till tomorrow. Never wait till next week. Never wait till January 1st, 2024. I'm going to stop doing this on January 1st, 2024. It's ridiculous. Do it now. Procrastination is one of the biggest evidence of self-sabotage. Sabotaging ourselves. Who wants to sabotage themselves anymore? Nobody. Don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. Thanks, Rob. We already talked about this, but I don't think anything beats consistency. Anything. If you want to win in your business, just be consistent. Always following through. Always being consistent. Always being a person of your word. Being consistent wins. Nothing beats this. Nothing. Ever. Now, it might be a long-term play. Everybody always wants to get rich quick. Give me something right now so I can make money. But this is going to win in the long run. So I want everybody to close your eyes. You're going to have to trust me. Close your eyes. We're going to do a visualization real quick. We're going to cross the bridge of belief, because belief is everything. Now, I know I got 80% winners here, but we're going to go to the most craziest, scariest bridge ever that you've ever can imagine. To me, it's the ones that are going over these canyons that are a mile deep, and they're like those swaying rope type of bridges. And it's foggy and it's rainy and it's Detroit cold. I just came from 95 degrees in San Diego, and it's Detroit cold, and it's cold and it's snowy, and we're all together. All of us. I know some of you don't know each other, but that's okay. We're going to do this together. We're going to do the first thing, and we're going to cross this bridge of belief. Now, some of you already might be in 100% belief. If you're there, just go over the bridge real fast. If you do not have any of these self-imposed blockages affecting you, go over this bridge real fast. The first step we're going to take is what? The hardest step. Because we're going to step onto this bridge in belief and in faith that we're going to make it across. So start walking across the bridge. All of a sudden, doubt is going to hit you. Doubt. They're like weeds. They just pop up everywhere. You step out on this bridge and it's going to start to sway. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward in what you believe and where you want to go. That's on the other side of this bridge. Keep moving forward. And all of a sudden, fear is going to hit you. Fear is going to hit you because you don't know where you're going, because it's so foggy you can't even see in front of you. Keep your eyes closed. We're doing this together. Keep walking. Keep walking. All of a sudden, you want to turn back. You want to procrastinate. You want to hold up, but just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Give yourself permission to get across this bridge. Next thing you know, you're halfway across the bridge. All of a sudden, this flock of birds is trying to hit you off the bridge. Hold on to those ropes. Don't let go. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. We're moving to our bridge of belief. We're moving to our bridge of belief. We're always moving forward. We're not going to let fear. We're not going to let doubt. We're not going to let procrastination. We're not going to start creating excuses why we can't move forward. We're going to keep moving forward. We're not going to be fearful. We're going to believe in ourselves. We're going to keep believing in ourselves. All of a sudden you hear my voice. Come on, we're right here. We're all right here. Keep walking forward. Keep walking forward until you get to the end of the bridge, and then step off the bridge. Keep your eyes closed, but once you get off the bridge, raise your hand. We're not going to all open our eyes until everybody is off the bridge. Raise your hand. Go ahead and open up your eyes. See, I think on the other side of the bridge of belief is the land of opportunity. I think that opportunities are everywhere, and they've always been everywhere. But sometimes when the negativity gets into play, we can't see opportunities. And I just want to share with you today that opportunities are everywhere. Where, says Tony? Well, we're going to go to the land of opportunities right now. But don't hit that slide yet, Rob, until everybody's raised their hand and says, I am committed to not allowing my self-imposed blockages to affect me anymore. You got to let them go. We got to let them go. We got to let them go. Self-imposed blockages, we have to let them go. Go ahead, Rob. Thank you. This is my mission in life. I think greatness isn't an option. I think we've actually been designed for it. I think we're designed for greatness. No, I know we are. I know that we are designed for greatness, and it's actually mandatory. I was talking to Mike a couple weeks ago, and he's like, where are you at? I'm like, I'm 100,000 feet high. And it's really clear, and I can see very clearly up here. And I go, it's where we all should be flying. We should all be flying in that level of belief in ourselves, in our teams, in what we're doing, in our business, in our families, in our life. Fly at that level. We can always dwell in our greatness as long as we don't what? Block it. This is my message today. Don't block your greatness. Don't block yourself. Our businesses are challenging enough, but we don't have to make them more challenging for ourselves or for our teams. I want to talk about being the prospect creator. The prospect creator. Do we all have prospects? Do we all have clients here today? Pretty much everybody? Only 4 of you have clients? That's got to be the mindset. This is what I teach mortgage professionals. I am the prospect creator, right? We have to have that mindset of not only just going to a real estate professional or a financial advisor and saying, do you have a deal for me? That's not good enough. We want to be prospect creators together. How can we be prospect partners? How can we share opportunities together? I think, especially for the real estate professionals in here and the mortgage professionals, is we got to be the mortgage surfer or the real estate surfer. We have to be always angling ourselves for the next wave. I think there's going to be a big wave next year. I'm not a prognosticator, but I see it coming. I feel it coming, and it's going to be incredible. But the people that are sitting on the beach when the wave hits, what's going to happen? They're going to miss it. We can't miss any waves. There's always these going on right now, but I think there's going to be one of these coming next year. Angle your business to prepare for the next wave. If you have prospects, build the biggest prospect pipeline you've ever built right now. Right now. This is our time. I want to talk about opportunity grid expansion a little bit today. This is what I call our book of business, our database. I call it our opportunity grid because it's everywhere. It's actually everywhere. It's never-ending grid of center of influences. What's a center of influence? Everyone. All of us that are adults are center of influences. But our opportunity grid. So I want you to draw a circle on your piece of paper today. And I want you to write down, how many people do I know on the planet? How many people are in my phone? Most of the time it's going to be over 1,000 that are in your phone. You can upload your contacts, depending on what kind of phone you have, right onto a spreadsheet. We need to see it. Why? Duplication. You go to the next one. Increase your market share through center of influence duplication. So what is duplication? So duplication is one center of influence tells another center of influence, tells another center of influence about Mike or whoever or you. We want to create duplication. So give me an example. How many was in your opportunity grid? Does anybody write down how many people they know, they think? Did anybody write that down? Then we use Mike. Go ahead.
I wrote 2,500.
2,500. 2,500 people are in your opportunity grid. So now inside that circle, I want you to write down another circle. Book of trusted relationships. How many of those 2,500 do you believe trust you? Approximate. Half? If they know you, they do. I like that. So 1,000, is that fair? 1,000. 1,000. See, I love warm introductions. I do not coach cold calling. I'm not saying it's bad, I just don't believe in it that much. I believe in warm introductions. Warm introductions are people that already know us. They already trust us. If they trust us, they'll... Ooh, the actually word share. I use the word share. I don't use the word refer. I was telling Carl about this. Sharing is caring. So humans resonate on the word share. Use that in your business. Use that in your business. It would mean the world to me if you would be willing to share me with anybody you know that needs a real estate, that's looking for real estate or needs a mortgage or needs a financial planner. Sharing is caring. If they trust you, they'll share you. I think that the trust factor is very real in your book of trusted relationships. So what I want to do is I want to do a quick model. Then I'm going to bring the boys up. But we're going to do a quick model about the sharing is caring piece. This is human nature. And write this word down, or write this down, or you can take a picture of this slide. This statement could change your business. By the way, great transitional words, by the way. It would mean the world to me and my family if you would be willing to share me with anyone you know who's looking for real estate or would like to partner up with a professional like me. Would that be okay? So basically what you're doing is you're tapping into them, you're letting them know how much it means to you, the world to me. And there's two types of introductions. There's prospect introductions and there's center of influence introductions. We want both. We want to get warm introductions constantly in our business throughout our book of trusted relationships. Nobody really wants to say no. Nobody really wants to say no. Who enjoys saying no here? Humans don't like saying no. We just have to frame questions to where they'll say yes. So I want to talk about the compound generational duplication utilizing your book of trusted relationships. I think this should be mandatory for everybody in their business. Who is working their book of business consistently? 2, 3, so about 3.5 out of 30. Same thing in LA, 8% of them. That's usually the answer. People are always looking for more opportunities. They're in your book of business or your opportunity grid. They're in your book of trusted relationships because once they trust you, they'll share you with people they know that you don't know. How do I get more market share, Tony? You get introductions from people that trust you. So I want to talk about this using the 500. So we're not going to use this one, but we're going to use the 500. I'm encouraging from your book of trusted relationships, 1 prospect introduction a year. That's conservative. So you're going to help me do the math. What's your name?
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. I'm Tony. So you're going to help me do the math on this. I just want everybody to open up their mind to possibilities, market share. The first year, we're going to call your frontline generation in your book of trusted relationships. You've got 500. Do you know those 500? Like, can you tap into those 500, or are you tapping into those 500? Do you have them in a CRM? Do you have them in something where you can continually communicate with them?
Not as well as I like.
Do you know one of the greatest things that we're doing today, besides educating ourselves, is we're interacting with each other. We're getting to know new people. This is what it's all about. How do I build relationships, Tony? Interact. Interact with people. Social media is not a bad thing. It's a good thing because you're interacting with people. But I'm an old school guy. I just turned 60. I like to communicate with somebody face to face, or I like to get on the phone with somebody, or I like to get in front of people and share ideas with people. So we're going to talk about duplication for a second. Write down duplication. Say, I have to duplicate in my business. I have to. Because if I'm not, somebody's tapping into those people that I could get introduced to, my competition. All right, so from your 500, we're going to do this for 3 years. We're going to do a 3-year model, okay? We're going to ask for introductions. By the way, it would mean the world to me if you know anybody that needs a mortgage or real estate or professional advisor advice. Is that what I call it? Professional advisor advice? So we're going to start with 500. Actually, let's start with 500 because I want to make your head spin. Introductions, warm introductions. We're going to go for prospect introductions and center of influence introductions. Center of influence is any professional that you could partner up with, become a prospect partner with. All right? The first year, we get 500 prospect introductions a year. Only one per. So that's 500. So, Michelle, what does 40 more prospects do to your business a month?
Grows it hugely.
It gives you, it's an impact, right?
Hugely.
And we're talking now 40 more other center of influences, professionals like all of you that are finding ways, how can we share opportunities together? Remember, it's not just about what can you give me, it's a two-way street. How can we help each other? Human nature. So now you just added 1,000, right? 500 prospects and 500 COIs in your first year. We're going to call that your second generation. We're going to do it again. So now we got 1,500 for the second year. So now you're going to add, if you're going to encourage one prospect introduction a year, that's 1,500 prospects. That's 120 a month. 120 prospects a month. And that's 120 more center of influences a month. So what I call this is compound generational duplication inside of our opportunity grid, our book of business. So now you just added 3,000, right? In the third generation. That's 4,500 more opportunities for your business. Let's just go one more year. I'm not going to go 20 years, but let's go one more year in that fourth generation. Now you've got 4,500 prospects if you just get one introduction a year from your book of trusted relationships. If they trust you, you have to encourage them. And you'd be surprised when you do encourage people to share you, they're going to say, I was waiting for you to let me share you. I didn't know I could share you. Powerful. Powerful. That would be 9,000 in that fourth generation. 4,500 more prospect introductions. And I'm not going to have time to get into COIs, but COIs are powerful. Like where I built my business was business to business. So I was building relationships with companies. Over 200 companies, and I was doing lunch and learns, and I was finding ways of sharing business, and I call it the homeowner industry segment. Every industry that worked with homeowners just like I did. That's how I built business. Foundational, fundamental pieces. Compound generational duplication inside your book of business. It's foundational, but the average of professionals that do it consistently is around 10%. And that's a shame. We're missing out on opportunities. Everybody stand up for 1 second. Hand up. I declare to own my book of business from this point on. And I will hold myself accountable to creating as many warm introductions as they'll share with me. Have a seat. Thank you. All right, let's move forward a little bit. That total model added Michelle around 13,000 more prospect introductions and center of influences. Okay? So one thing I want to talk about today is I want to talk about inner circle networking. And if that works for you, one of the greatest ways of creating business is having your own networking group. Who here has one? Vlad, you got one? You don't need one, right? So powerful. So there's 5 of you that have your own network. Give me an example of how you're doing with your network over the last 12 months.
Every first Wednesday of every
Awesome.
every month in my office, 7:30 in the morning, I'll wait.
How many?
Typically 12.
That's a good number.
12.
I love smaller numbers because I like to call them pods, because you can really build this incredible relationships with them. It's about sharing opportunities. The model that we like to follow or like to preach is, or not preach, but teach is 20 to 25. So one of the guys that I coach in Jersey, he started his 11 months ago and they've added 700 sharing effects. referrals, but 700 sharing effects in 11 months. He's closed 14 transactions just from his networking group. If you don't have one and you want to create more opportunities, create one. Get a hold of me, I'll help you. I'll show you how to do it. Mike will show you how to do it. Mike just built his first one. So inner circle networking is doing what I call sharing fusion. The only mission is to share business. What's your name, sir?
Randy.
Randy? Nice to meet you, Randy. I'm Tony. But you know, when I was watching the whale show, the trainer was talking about how they interact. And I'm like, that's it! Interaction is the key. So with your group, you guys are interacting every Wednesday, you said, right?
Yeah, at first Wednesday of every month.
First Wednesday, so once a month. At least once a month. The consistency piece has to come in, and you need leaders. You need a leader. If you're going to start your own networking group, you got to be a leader, because they're looking for leaders. And guess what? Most people, most professionals are looking for leaders to lead them to create more opportunities. Opportunities are literally all around us. Most everyone you need to know will probably come from someone you already know. If you have that kind of mindset, you're a book of business master. Everybody I need to know, or most everybody I need to know, will probably come from somebody I already know, or somebody they know, or somebody they know, or somebody they know. What's that? I just taught you. Duplication. Duplication is what it's all about. We need to create duplication. When I first coached Mike, we were talking in Millionaire Mortgage Academy, we were talking about COI duplication. Within a few months, he had created 8 or 9 generations of COI duplication. That's probably how we're here today. COI, center of influence, duplication. Create duplication in your business. Create duplication in your business. Will everything. Your belief and courage must be greater than any fear or any challenge. Who here believes they've got incredible will when it comes to their business? 60% of you. Who here has incredible will in regards to your life? Who here has family, kids? Who has will in regards to their kids? It's got to be the same. It's got to be relentless. Relentless. Positivity. Interaction. Communication. Who here is the high-level communicator? Calls back right now or answers the phone. That's one of the secrets to business. Pick up the phone, because a lot of times if we don't pick up the phone, they're going to call somebody else. Because people want what? IG, right? What's IG? Instant gratification. They want to be serviced right now. We got to be like that. We got to be the highest level communicators on the planet. Who's willing to do that? Don't worry, I won't make you stand. Elevate your business right now. Climb your mountain and win. Climb your mountain and win. Go ahead. Welcome home. Welcome home to the land of opportunities that have always been all around us. Now, I know I was preaching to the choir today. 80% of you are winning. But now, hopefully, if you could take 1% of this and will to the next level. But if we're only getting 10% of you that are really consistently in your book of business, if we can add that 90%, what happens to your business? What happens to your business? These guys are going to talk to you about their mastermind. Go ahead and go forward. This is my information if you guys want it. Want to reach out to me, go ahead and take a picture. I'm always available to you or Carl's team or Mike's team or Rob's team. That's not a very good picture. Sorry about that. I've been in the business 31 years. My father-in-law got me in the business, and he's been in the business 55 years. My father-in-law used to do 50, 60 loans a month, so he taught me a lot about the mortgage business. I've been with AFN almost 15 years. I was mentored by our CEO, Jack Sherman, and really helped me, groomed me to be who I am today. I was master coached by a high-level coach named Jeff Page out of Chicago, a company called Pathways. He coached me for 5 years to do what I'm doing today, facilitate seminars, speak, one-on-one coaching. Let me leave you with this. First off, thank you. You guys are awesome. It takes more energy. Think about this. I want you to take this in because this is real. It actually takes more energy for us to block our greatness as humans than the amount of energy it's required to walk in our greatness. Greatness equals what? That's what you have to know. What is it? What am I looking? Because we all have different versions of our greatness. But you got to know what that is. And if you don't block whatever that is, your intentionality towards it, you will get there as long as you never give up. It takes more energy to block our greatness than to actually walk in our greatness. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to take you want me to go ahead and release it? We're going to take a 5-10 minute break if you guys need to make some calls. And you don't want to miss it. These guys are going to go hard on some information. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tony.
You're awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.